24 hours after polls closed here in Nigeria. Well, it's only the Ekiti state that has had its result collated and presented at the National Collation Center here in Abuja. Well, the result, as they've been able to put it, we'll just run by you only the top three, which we're looking at. The APC had 201,494 votes. The PDP had 89,553 votes, whilst the Labour Party had 11,397 votes. At least these are the top three that we are looking at. Well, this has been properly collated, presented to INEC.
Right now, we have only Ekiti State, but we are aware that there will be many more states concluding tonight and coming to Abuja. We'll make a special arrangement to bring them over quickly where there are no commercial flights to bring them.
Subsequently, the chairman for INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, suspended the coalition for today, Sunday, that the Collation Center will be reactivated tomorrow at 11 a.m. Well, as and when the states come, he did assure members of the diplomatic community and observers that once they receive the result from, or they receive the indications from various states that their results are ready, they would come back into the National Coalition Hall, and the result, after being vetted, would be announced to the whole country. So 24 hours, just one state has had its result properly collated. Komla Kluche, TV3 News, Abuja.
Now let's go to Komla all the way in Abuja for more updates on the elections. Good morning. He's joining us via phone. Komla, good morning.
Good morning, George.
Komla, as of yesterday, we learned that it was only Ekiti that had its result properly collated. So from yesterday till now, what has been the update?
Well, the indications we pick up this morning is that Katsina State has completed their state collation, and then Ogun State as well. So these two are on their way now to Abuja, to the National Collation Center, where this morning they would be doing the collation. The Collation Center will be open at 11 a.m. as announced by the INEC boss yesterday. So only two states as we speak now, that's Katsina and then Ogun State. They are the ones that have been able to complete this and are on their way to the National Collation Center as we speak to you now, George.
Komla, yesterday, states that couldn't vote on Saturday were made to vote. Can you update us on that as well?
Well, the indication is that if you look also at the national figures, I mean, well over 200,000 polling station or units are supposed to be captured, or are the ones that INEC is considering. Some of them were suspended because of some material. There are concerns being raised by some Nigerians that there were some of the polling stations that voting did not even go on, but then results of those ones have come. And in fact, those ones would actually be addressed by INEC. When you come and then there are issues regarding the coalition that you have done within a particular state, and within those, the units, once there are issues concerning it, the parties have the opportunity, and that is the very last one, they have the opportunity at the National Collation Center to quiz you on why those have been imputed when actually voting did not take place there. There were some that INEC actually did not allow it to happen because of the confusions and all that. They are still on hold. Some would be done next 2 weeks when they go for the National Assembly elections.
Okay.
That was the indication I was given by the INEC boss.
Komla, I'm sure we are all privy to the fact that there was some sort of violence at some polling centers. I don't know if you've spoken to some of the victims, but what are the concerns from the electorates?
Well, I mean, the concern now from most Nigerians is the fact that it does appear. I mean, we're entering into the 48 hours now. The polls have closed. The expectation is that the results should be coming in, but there's also a challenge that has to do with the platform to which the coalition officers within the various states have had to be transmitting the results. INEC released a statement late yesterday, and let me just take you by it. And that has to do with challenges experienced with the INEC results viewing portal RIV. Now, the commission is aware of the challenges with the INEC results viewing portal RIV. Unlike in off-season elections where the portal was used, it was being relatively slow and unsteady. The commission regrets this setback, especially because of the importance of the RIV in our results management process. Now, the statement goes on to say that our technical team is working assiduously to solve all the outstanding problems, and users of the RIV would have noticed improvements since last night. We also wish to assure Nigerians that results from the polling units, copies of which were issued to political parties, are safe on both the BVAS and then the RIV portal. These results cannot be tampered with, and the discrepancy between them and the physical results used in collating will be thoroughly investigated and remediated in line with Section 65 of the Electoral Act 2022. So it tells you that, yes, they themselves are quite concerned, but yesterday, the INEC board did announce when he opened the Collation Center that there is a secured email that has been given to the various returning officers in the various states to use. That was not announced there because of the security concerns.
Okay.
There are issues of being hacking and all of that. They have had to use a secure email to which they are able to transmit. And when they transmit a national has it, they bring the hard copy and then they come and do the justification over here. Like I did say, sending it is not enough. Presenting the report, the collated result is equally not enough. It is only enough when there are no concerns raised. In fact, the national boss of INEC would give the opportunity to the parties and even observers to critique it. Where there are concerns, they would address it. There was an instance in 2019 where one of the returning officers from one of the states brought in a result, and there were so many discrepancies. In fact, he was dismissed and asked to go back to his state and then redo it, and he came back after 2 days.
Okay, talking about results, the Labour Party has promised to, take legal action against some results. Is it not early days yet? Why wouldn't the party wait for the INEC to declare the entire results?
That is the more reason why at least the Collation Center, if you have any issues, you can raise it there. They have the option, though, of seeking legal redress. But then, I mean, like we know, it's only one state officially that has declared its result and properly collated so. But then I'm sure the Labour Party has their own internal arrangement on the ground and knows exactly what to do. Well, we are not too sure what they have and what the concerns may be.
Kamala, thank you so much. You're doing a top job there in Abuja, and surely if you want more updates, we'll come to you over the course of the week. And here at TV3, we'll also keep an eye on Nigeria like we've been doing for the past few days and update you in our subsequent bulletins. But let's still stay on the elections. Nigeria has deployed heavy detachment of state security to Abuja, where the collation of Saturday's election results is underway. The Inspector General of Police says the security on the lookout for persons who dare attempt to cause any form of trouble. Kamala Kluche comes through again with this report.
For the 2023 general elections here in Nigeria, the Inspector General of the Nigerian Police Forces justified the use of the over 420,000 security men that have been deployed to keep the sanctity of the process regarding the voting.
In anticipation of possible violence, which must often the process and final declaration of result might bring, the force has in place adequate intelligence and operational arrangement with a view to projecting, anticipating, and promptly dealing with such possibilities should they emerge. The plan is to prevent such localized actions from snowballing into a national security threat. In furtherance to this, the election security deployment framework that has been formed earlier will remain in place well ahead of the conduct and announcement of results and thereafter. Continue to synergize with the military, the intelligence community, and other security agencies and INEC officials towards presenting a common front in the election security governance.
Well, a lot of them have been deployed on the street, but here at the Abuja International Conference Center, which is holding the National Collation, the security situation is different. You can see around me the heavily armed, both military, the police and other para-state security services. They are leaving nothing to chance. Strict compliance to security is what they assured. Now, if you go in there, strict check is made of vehicles and individuals, including journalists and even members of INEC who enter into the National Collation Center. The essence, they say, is to ensure that no foreign material or no individual comes into the National Collation Center compromised security-wise. That would jeopardize the process they have kept all this while. Komla Kluche, TV3 News, Abuja International Conference Center, Nigeria.